Ready, bang! Here we go, guys. Welcome to the Ready, Bang! The number one arm wrestling podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie Armwrestler. And yes, of course, I am the third placed amateur left hand 80 to 95 kilo champion in Melbourne. Very pristine award to a fucking one. And as you can see, what a huge guest that I've got on the show today. He is an Arm Wars welterweight champion. This guy has pulled all over the world. He was a bee's dick on a couple of occasions from being a hammer holder. May have cost me a few dollars on that one, but we won't bring that up. This guy is literally a rock star in the Geology world. Yes, there will be plenty of Geology puns throughout this. He calls himself an avid gamer, but yet he has never beaten me on NBA Live 95 on the Super Nintendo. I call him Hale Potter. You know him as the HaleRaizer. Geoff Hale, welcome to the show.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man.
The first thing I've always got to ask my man is, how the fuck are ya?
Doing good, bro.
Man, on the whiskey, straight whiskeys. That's how tough you are. What's been happening in the world of Geoff Hale?
Dude, I feel it's been depression, bro. I mean, we're stuck in this pandemic and nothing to do. I'm working my ass off down here in the basement, but man, life is slow right now.
Yeah. How big are the biceps going? Give us one. Get him in there. They are absolutely huge. They're almost as big as mine, but that's okay, mate. You keep trying. Look, it's it's a bit weird at the time, but that's what this show ain't about, being fucking depressing. It's all about having a bit of fun. Let's get to it now. You were a bit of a college baseball superstar. You started off at Rockhurst University. So did you play baseball there?
I played one season there, yeah. So, really my baseball stardom was more so in high school than anything else. I got one season of college ball in and came in contact with, collegiate politics, and man, it soured me on the sport in general.
How bad were the politics? Because there's politics in every fucking sport. How bad were they in collegiate baseball?
There is. I never dealt with them in high school because I was a good enough athlete that I earned my position without any contest. But in college, you got to fight real hard, and the competition is really, really high. Unfortunately, I was doing great things. I ran a 4.40 in college. I was fast as fuck. I was explosive. I was strong. My defense was impeccable. My offense was okay, but I was getting discouraged because I was trying so hard to earn a starting position on the varsity team for this D2 school, and I thought I was earning it, and other guys around me thought I was earning it too. But the coach wasn't playing me for some reason, so I said some things bad about the coach out of just.
What'd you say? What'd you say about him? Tell him to get fucked. What'd you say?
I'm sure I threw some F-bombs in there and shit. I don't know. I don't recall what I said exactly, but I knew I was pissed off, and I was livid because I was working my ass off, man, and I wasn't getting any respect for it. So whatever player I was telling this story to one of my teammates. Well, he fucking went and told the coach.
Oh, what a grass! Whoever that guy is, you grass up Geoff Hale, you can go fuck yourself. Absolutely. What a wanker.
Anyways, I ended up getting called into the coach's office and talking to him about it. He knew everything I said, and I knew at that moment I was done. Like, there was no coming back from that. I mean, I was 6 feet deep, so I started looking for something else.
And then you just realised that you're a genetic freak and could break people's arms across a table.
Exactly.
What year did you play at Rockhurst University?
It would have been 2004, 2005 season.
So did you ever play with Ray Chain?
I did, and I immediately latched on to Ray Chain because I recognized that he was the best player on the team. He was a super nice guy, very friendly. And going into that first season, I really was, asking lots of questions. I was training him on a regular basis. we became good friends, and I learned a lot from Ray.
Right, yeah. The only reason I know Ray Chain because he had a minor league baseball game and he played every position in one game. So I was like, oh, beauty, because your stats were hard to find. I couldn't find your stats in your year at Rockhurst University. What position did you play?
I played third base at Rockhurst. I played a little bit of shortstop as well. So, when I got to college, my arm started to really come on and develop. In high school, I was a second baseman, so I didn't have to really rely on arm strength, on getting the ball to first and stuff. So when I got to college, for some reason, my arm just freaking blew up and got super, super strong. So I had a freaking cannon, dude.
Yeah, you can tell you've got a fucking cannon. Absolutely. We're absolutely seeing this cannon fly. So then you went to, you didn't play any sports at OSU?
No, I thought about trying to walk on, trying out for the team, but honestly, I just wasn't that confident. I really didn't become a super confident person until really the Hellraizer was created, to be honest with you.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be getting into the HaleRaizer character because I love the promos. That's why I'm sporting my Ultimate Warrior hat today because I absolutely love that you bring the WWE, WWF style promos we'll go into it. So when this character was created, so whether it was in Armours or Japan or WAL, what were people thinking? Because it's like, oh yeah, we've got so-and-so arm wrestling. Oh, it's going to be a tough match. Oh yeah, I respect the guy. It's going to be tough. And then you come in and go, whoop, whoop. Oh, I'm bringing the pain, and I'm bringing this, and I'm going to come in, I'm going to take his soul from him. He's a soul, and I'm water. I'm Bruce Lee, motherfucker. What were people thinking when you whipped out like a wicked promo?
I think it really intimidated a lot of guys because in Armours at that time, there were some dudes that had some good characters. Hollywood Don Underwood had a good character. Marshall Michael Todd had a great character. But, my guy was pure evil. He was ruthless. Now, I never attacked anybody on a personal level, but man, I talked a lot of shit, and I really tried to get into their head mentally, and I used it as a weapon, and it worked. It was very effective.
Oh, absolutely. When you've got a guy that's 5'7" and he's wearing big fucking binoculars, and he just comes in and goes, oh, is that all you got? I'm ripping your arm off, and you stop him halfway through the table, or they think they're going to pin you. I think you almost, I reckon early in your career, you would come under the Ryan Blue Baaaanng category where people just fucking hate losing to him. I think that because you were a bit clean cut before you grew the beard and went through puberty and all that shit. You're a bit clean cut, and so you come in, you're not the tallest, and then you just like bombing people across the table and just giving it these ones, which I absolutely love. Could anyone match trash talking on the table, or not even trash talking, but go toe to toe with you in talking?
Not really. I think the guy that came the closest was Joseph LeVay, and he was just doing a bunch of yapping and stuff. He wasn't really saying words, but I think he came the closest on challenging me there, on taking over the energy from a mental standpoint. So, no, I didn't feel challenged there at all, honestly. And I felt like the clean cut and the big goofy glasses, I felt like it really threw everybody for a curveball because I came out spitting game, and, hitting them with fire, and they just didn't know what the hell to do with this nerd, this buff nerd, basically.
It's unbelievable. A part of me wishes you're a special guest on The Big Bang Theory. Just absolutely. I really wish you just come in there and just, an episode where Sheldon and Lennon go to the gym or something and you're just in there going, hey man, and then they tease you for being a geologist and things like that.
Exactly, yeah. That would have been awesome.
So the HaleRaizer was created. Now, why Geology? What happened there?
Geology, my dad pushed me to try geology in college just to see if I liked it because most of my family's in the oil and gas business. So my dad was just really pushing me hard to try a geology class. And so I tried my first geology class. Intro to Geology at Rockhurst, actually. And it came natural. It felt natural. The learning was really easy for me to learn and understand. And I feel like geology is a very logical science. So for me, it was natural and it felt right. Unfortunately, Rockhurst did not have a geology degree, so I ended up transferring back to Oklahoma State.
And I find that very ironic that Rockhurst University doesn't have a geology degree. Lift up your game, Rockhurst University. That's rubbish. That is the king of puns for a university, and you can't even have a degree in geology. Fucking wake up, Rockhurst. You're in the gun, Rockhurst University. That's very, very not. Yeah, I would have transferred as well. Get the fuck out of here, Rockhurst. So then, I was doing a bit of research. Have you ever been to Australia?
I haven't. I had one opportunity, one invitation. I think it was 2000, at the end of 2015 maybe. I had an invitation to come over for like January 2016, and I just couldn't make it happen. I couldn't fit it into my schedule at that point in time. So
then how did you get your hands on a Silverbacks t-shirt?
One of the guys from that crew mailed it to me. I mean, yeah, it was a gift.
Yep, it's funny. I always have a laugh with my guests because I like to do a bit of research and just talk about different things to your typical podcast. So because you've agreed to come on the show, it's research and not stalking. But I saw a photo and just, you ripping because that's my club here in Melbourne. They're fantastic at the House of Pain. The Silverbacks, they're fantastic. And I had to double and triple check, and I was zooming in on you. I felt like the biggest pervert and things like that. I'm trying to zoom in on photos of a dude I haven't met, and I'm like, that's a Silverback shirt. That's a Silverbacks. Oh, I'm going to find out who posted that to you, because that's unreal. Well, Australia need the HaleRaizer. Open up the borders, and we need you here now. Fucking...
Dude, it's a bucket list location for me, so I'd love to come visit. Would love to.
Yeah, because with our Arnold's, that's probably our biggest, that and Nationals. I wonder if you can be a guest in Nationals in November. I'll do a fundraiser to get the HaleRaizer over, get his family over. Because you take your lovely wife everywhere with you, don't you, when you go on trips?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very passionate about traveling, and that's kind of one of the things that we have in common. So wherever we go, I always try to find some kind of event to be involved in, and so I do the tournament, and then we just do on vacation. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's awesome because I was having it. I'm a bit like that. I absolutely anyone that knows me knows that I absolutely love my wife and want to take her everywhere as well. So hopefully I can start calling matches around the world. So when I was seeing that, I was like, man, this guy's just even cooler. Like, I want to get some dirt on him and just like hang shit on him, and the best I can be is, oh man, the HaleRaizer loves his wife. How dare you jerk? That's cool. What's the best? Besides pulling it home? What's the best country you've been able to? Because you've been like Japan, you've been England, you've been everywhere. What's been your favorite?
Definitely Japan. I mean, it was a totally different experience. The culture over there was amazing. It was very interesting. The Japanese are very respectful. They're very friendly. They're very welcoming. I mean, everybody there treated Megan and I and my two friends that came with me. They treated us like kings, man. It was awesome, and they are lovely, lovely people. And in fact, we ended up trying to bring some of their traditions back home. So, now we don't wear shoes in our house. That's kind of one of our rules now. It helps keep the house clean. And when we're out with friends and family, we always try to pour the drink for our friend. Because in Japan, you don't pour your own drink; you pour a drink for your friend. So it's kind of like a sign of respect for your friends to do something like that. And you don't ever pour your own drink. So there's some interesting stuff over there that's just different and very cool.
Yeah, I'd love to head over to Japan, but who the fuck wears shoes in the house? Who wears shoes in the house anyway? Oh! Oh, yeah, well, you come to my house, I'll be stopping you in the front door and going, buddy, get them off. Get them off on it. I don't know. To me, it just feels weird. And you're not going to believe it, Geoff. I'm not Japanese. It's just... it's just weird, man. Like wearing shoes in the house. Oh, I get stuck into my my brother-in-law about it. I'm like, come on, mate, get him off. But pouring your own drink, I reckon I could do that for the first two. But everyone that comes to our house, mates are like family. I'm like, fucking get your own, mate. I'm comfy here. Get your absolute own. But yeah, that Japan would be, that would be absolutely, absolutely unreal for it. So then you
I went to the All of Japan National Tournament, and they had us all walk out carrying a sign with our country's name on it. They honored me before the event even started, gave me a big trophy, and let me give a speech to the crowd. I mean, it was just crazy awesome. I mean, I'd never experienced anything that professional and that welcoming ever in arm wrestling. So it was pretty amazing.
So then, how does with Japan being so respectful? I sometimes watch Japanese pro wrestling and they don't yell or anything; they just sit there and clap. So how do they deal with that HaleRaizer character? You know, you pin Japan's best, and you're like, what? Sushi. This. Konnichiwa. Bang! Like that, and then it's cool. Thank you. Thanks.
They loved it. I mean, it's funny. They like the American culture. They like our wild, wild west antics and our exaggerated, loud mouths. I mean, I swear, every restaurant we went to, every building we went into over there, we were the loudest, most obnoxious people there. But they loved it. I mean, it was crazy. And I don't know. It was very, very different, and it was very refreshing. That's the best way to put it. It was very refreshing to go to Japan and see a different world that I'm not used to seeing.
Oh, absolutely. I recommend anyone to leave their own backyard and go try. I've been lucky enough to do that with basketball, go see a bit of the world. And absolutely. I've never been to Japan. I heard it's like the future over there when you go to Tokyo.
Dude, we came back and we hopped off the plane, and the first thing I heard was some girl walk by yelling at some guy saying, "Get the fuck out of the way!" And I was just like in shock. Like, I hadn't heard the F word, in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, we're home. We're home. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's not like people in the US to be loud and obnoxious. That's a rare thing. Oh no, we're very similar over here. We absolutely carry on. Now you spent a bit of time with Armours, and as we all know, besides me, Neil Pickup is the voice of arm wrestling. He's just, he was phenomenal as a puller. He's phenomenal as a commentator. What makes Neil as a promoter so good? Because all the big names, whether they've gone to Manchester, London, or competed in the rooftop, hotel room rooftop in Las Vegas, but what makes Neil the promoter so good? Because Arm Wars is proper quality instant classics. I mean, even like you pulled in Las Vegas, you pulled Frodo. I call him Frodo. But he was like 10, 12 kilos, heavier than you. So like when people see the result, they're like, oh, Geoff Hale got smashed. No. You troubled a bloke, so 12 kilos, what's that? That's about 40 pounds heavier than you. I thought that was a phenomenal match. You pulled, as you said, Joseph LeVay. You smashed a few guys 6-0, like Harold Ryden. You pulled Ethan Fritz over there. Like, what makes... I love Arm Wars and I love Neil Pickup. What makes it so good?
I think it's because he always puts the athlete first. I mean, he didn't promote Arm Wars above anybody else. He always promoted the athlete first. And what that did is it gave the athlete an opportunity to promote Arm Wars. And it was a much friendlier and happier relationship than what I've dealt with some of the other leagues that require these contracts and stuff. There was no contract with Arm Wars, and like I said, Neil always took care of us. I mean, he always went out on a limb to help us find a sponsor if we needed to find a sponsor. He always promoted us, and I think it was a mutual deal. We helped promote his, Arm Wars umbrella, and he helped promote each one of us individually. And he's always treated all the Arm Wars athletes, excellent. And so when Arm Wars was kind of fading out and the UAL was coming in and the WAL was falling behind, I had a very, I had a very high expectation of, how to be managed by a league. And, the leagues at that point in time, they could not even compare to Arm Wars. Now, WAL has gotten much, much better, but I still feel like, Neil being an arm wrestler himself, a world champion himself, he understands the athlete, and it just makes a big difference.
Oh, absolutely. In any sport, if you want to manage or promote, if you're an athlete in that field, like me being a basketballer, I mean, I can dabble in baseball, but if I was trying to launch your baseball career again, it's not going to happen. I'm going to try and, do it from a straight out of uni, management 101. It's not going to work. So that makes perfect sense, that the way he manages, the way he manages his athletes. So then when you were there in the rooftop...
in Jim Grand in Vegas.
In Vegas. So I've got to ask, how big's Cobra Rhodes' dick?
How big is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, I heard it. I've heard a story. I've heard a story where Neil was giving the rundown at MGM, and then Cobra Rhodes interrupts just to let everyone know that he's got a big dick. So I was just...
No, that did happen. He did not show us this. No, that did happen. We were all sitting in one of the hotel rooms kind of going over the rules and what to expect for the next couple of days. I remember that now.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Yeah. I can't... I probably assume that Neil's under some sort of contract with WAL, but I love Armours, and I hope that he can revisit that. So you've pulled UAL. What's the best one that you've pulled? Like, what's your favourite one?
Favorite, like league?
Like league, yeah.
Oh, I mean, certainly I have a lot of nostalgia and a lot of great memories with Armours. I mean, I felt like the rules, the tables, everything in Armours I was used to and I was very comfortable with. The UAL used the same tables, had very similar rules. I didn't have any problem with the UAL. Now the WAL, a little bit different story. The tables are different now. The elbow pads are massive.
Oh.
Half moon. And they're like a fucking trampoline. They'll slingshot you off the thing if you're not careful. And the tabletop feels taller than the standard, Mazurenko table. So I think the quality of tables are great, but the dimensions and the size of those pads are ridiculous, and they're not. I don't think they're made for the lightweight guys. I think they're made for the heavyweight guys.
Yeah.
And so that really threw me off going into the WAL, and then the rules being just so wild west, so just uncontrollable. That's different because I've always been a very fair style of arm wrestler. So now that when you get into the WL, you have to start training to be kind of a cheater in a sense. Like you have to really start looking for all these gaps and holes and taking advantage of things that you could never take advantage of under the WAF organization. I love WAL, but yeah, they look like pillows. Sometimes when I'm going to arm wrestling training, I'll just grab a pillow off my bed. So, training for WAL, here we go. I mean, you could almost, you can drag back about 4.5 meters, I think it is, if you can, bring it all the way. I think sometimes they have to zoom out, like the pads are that long, and it's like, here's Geoff Hale and Captain Bubblegum, Sam Harris, bang! And then, they're extending. Oh, they're still going, like a Stretch Armstrong. Now, speaking of WAL, like how gutted were you that the 600 series was cancelled? I feel great. I'm stronger than I've ever been. All my numbers in the gym are saying that things are going positive. I feel like my arm wrestling skills are getting better. I feel like my experience with WAF in 2019 has really helped me with my confidence and my focus and my preparedness. But so I was bummed because I had some good matches I think planned that would have been pretty epic. But here we are. WL's over with for the season as far as I know, and there's really nothing else going on. So it's just, I'm still training. I'm still trying to stay focused on something. I don't know what it is at this point in time, but I'm just trying to keep on getting stronger.
Without going insane, maybe you need to relaunch like a gaming channel or something like that, just to keep it going. It would be so frustrating when the number one league in the States just folds, and then you see all these little, like I'm seeing all these little spot fire tournaments and shows going on. But it's hard to travel interstate. Like I'm stuck here in my state. I'm not allowed to go to any other state to travel. So if nothing's happening in Oklahoma, then yeah, there's there's only so many times you can do this. And YouTube's the worst for it. Everyone knows. Like we're in the sport of arm wrestling, we're so grateful that the elite of the elite jump on and they show it on YouTube or Instagram or something like that. They show us how to train properly, and we're very grateful for it. But fuck, Geoff. Fuck. Another one. Another cool, man. Cool. Oh, yeah. Do it. Oh, yeah, with the resistance band. Like, cool. Someone run some tournaments. Or something. Or a super match. I don't know. Take a garbage bin out the front and start calling people. Call your neighbours out. Just do something.
I don't know, dude. I mean, it's disheartening that the WL had to cancel, and especially since the fact they were, taking all the precautions very seriously. They were going to have us all tested when we come to the event. Most likely, we would be wearing masks and stuff. I mean, they were really putting the athletes first for this season and trying to protect us and keep us safe from this virus. It's just unfortunate that all the different states have all these new mandates that are just kind of basically keeping us at home.
So then, just trying to see which way we go. Let's go to the two, because your WAL record is phenomenal. You won the Battle Royal, which I absolutely love the concept of Battle Royals. Gets more people on the card. It introduces strategy and technique, just a different form of arm wrestling, because you're going to have to pull twice if you win. With your Battle Royal win, I don't even know why you turned up. You did it quite easy. It was very good. Then you beat Jamie Sheldon afterwards. Then the two hammer matches we'll get into. The two hammer matches. So 404, I think it was. You took on Sam Harris and you felt like you weren't prepared enough, but an absolute beestick away from winning that. And then in the 500 series, I thought you were going to win. I had a lot of money on not a lot of money on it, but I'm a big Geoff Hale fan, so I'm always going to back you in to win. I thought it was your year. Which hammer loss hurt? I can't call it a hammer loss. Which one out of the Sam Harris matches hurt the most?
Definitely the second one. The first one, I just wasn't confident. It's my first match back at the elite level, and it was not the match that I wanted. I really wanted somebody else that wasn't quite as good. It was an honor to be given the title immediately into the league. That was great, but I just wasn't quite ready for that. I needed someone a little bit easier. That 404 match, I went into that match. I had convinced myself I was going to top roll with Sam Harris. I did not train any hooking, and in fact, I had no desire to hook him. Yeah. So when I finally realized that a hook's only what's going to beat this guy, I still couldn't get myself to commit to the aggressiveness that hook has to beat a top roller like Sam Harris. So I really was I could get to position, and then I was just sitting there waiting. I wasn't making any adjustments. I wasn't attacking. I just was. I don't know what I was doing, honestly. It was disappointing in that fact. I just wasn't a confident person at that moment in time. So, that sucked. I think I was physically capable of beating him the first time, but mentally 100% not there. The second time, I came in mentally and physically prepared, but I'm not gonna lie. My hand got blown up after the second match, and he worked it good, and he played it smart. I think, Dave Morocco needs to be given some credit for that win, though, because he came into Sam's corner and convinced him to stick with his game plan and not. And I think if I remember correctly, Sam was going back to the corner going, I had to hook him now. I can't talk about to hook him. And yeah, shit, he didn't try to hook me, it'd have been over. It'd have been 3-0 easy. But Dave Morocco came down from the stands and said, hey, dude, stick with your game plan. Stick with the top rolls. Stay away from this motherfucker. And he did that, and it worked out great for him. Unfortunately, come round 5, I get a little elbow foul at the front, but I get right back on, and I'm sticking. I felt great in that match, and I wanted that win. Matches 3 and 4, I just wasn't. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I really thought that I had him mentally broken after match 2.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe I wasn't going to have to work as hard match 3. And match 3 and 4, that was not the case. He came back with a vengeance and whooped my ass those 2 matches, but. to win. And whenever in my career, if I wanted to win, I won. And I really wanted to win that match. And I felt like I was going to win it. Had Bart not stopped it, I think I would have won that match.
It was, yeah. I mean, every Hammer match always has a little bit of controversy, but man, I was just in the 500 series when you went 2-0 up, because it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning here in Australia, and I wasn't at work. I was up and about. I was messaging my brother. I was like, Geoff Hale's gonna get the hammer. Yes, this is unreal. Thought he'd kill it, but then it is what it is, and that's why we compete. So. I'm calling it now. Like if 600 series went this year, you would have absolutely been the hammer holder for sure. I call him Captain Bubblegum. I love Sam Harris, but yeah, I think you've got him now.
You know, like everybody else says, and it's been my experience too. When you're on top, it's hard to learn. When you take losses, you learn from those losses. So I feel like I learned a great deal, even from that second loss to Sam. No matter how close it was, I still think I felt I learned something. And Sam Harris has been inspiring me every day since then. So I mean, look out, buddy.
Yeah, well, if the champion isn't, then why the fuck are you in the sport? Like if you're not aiming to be the best, then what's the point?
Yeah,
that's awesome. Does his bubblegum annoy you when he chews like a cow?
I'm watching him wrestle and he's smacking that gum. It's a bit. I have to give him credit. It's become part of his persona. That makes him unique, and I like that. I like that about him. I like to see guys develop their character over time and bring something unique and different that no one else does. And the bubblegum's his shit. I like it. Oh,
absolutely, and it gives me a cool nickname for him. So I'm absolutely happy that he just probably should chew with his mouth closed. You know, if you're going to bring another tradition from Japan, chew with your mouth closed, Sam. I love you, Sam. Chew with your mouth closed. I don't know. Just going from there. So then, clearly you would have had to have been booked in the 600 series. Was it another title match?
The first match I had planned was not a title match.
Oh.
It was just a match. And,
call it a warm-up. You're the second best, on the ranking systems, you're the second best lightweight. It's Sam and it's you, and you're both on the same level. Unfortunately, there's only one hammer. So who else, no disrespect to any other lightweight in that division, but who else, we'll give you a warm-up, and then we'll get you on championship night.
As far as I know, Jake, I'm not at liberty to tell who that match was supposed to be with.
Oh, no! I'm trying to get one of you guys to slip. I'm trying. Have another whiskey. Have a shot.
Well, what I can tell you this. This is a match I've been wanting for a long time.
Oh.
So when they offered me this match, I said, hell yeah, I'll do it. I did this match for free. I've been wanting to do this match for 8 to 10 years. That's how long I've been wanting to do this match. So you go back and look at the history of the HaleRaizer and who I was facing back in those days. I'm sure you can put one and one together and figure out what
Yes, that's all right. I'll try and get it out of you. Yeah, no, a few people I've spoken to, it's like, I am booked, but I can't say. And then like off camera, I may or may not guess it, and they may or may not agree with what was happening. But yeah, you had a warm-up match, one that you really wanted, which was good. Now, I'm not one to continue rumours, but I am. Now, for a bit of fun, now there's rumours going out there that the Angry Bird match was a bit fixed.
I can tell you this. It was not fixed.
Of course it wasn't fixed.
Let me give you a little bit of insight on Geoff Hale as the athlete. In high school, I had a college recruit come out to watch me play baseball. And I'd been talking to this coach on the phone, and I was extremely excited about this opportunity. I was finally getting someone was taking some interest in my skills. So we had this game scheduled. He's coming out. Believe it or not, I had like a nervous breakdown right before the game started. And I forgot how to throw a fucking baseball. I could not throw a baseball for my life. we're doing our pre drills before the game starts, and I can't throw the ball. I couldn't throw the ball before the game even started. We were just tossing around in the outfield, and so the coach has to bench me because I can't throw the fucking ball. And so I ended up just doing some I think I ended up DHing that game, but that coach obviously lost interest in me 100% because I didn't even play. And a very similar incident happened to me the night that I pulled Adam Wilmot. I have to be honest, it was not a match that I wanted. I absolutely was not excited about that match. You know, it was supposed to be Giannis Ambulance, and then all of a sudden that match fell apart and no longer could happen. So they offered me Adam, and I was just like, obviously I'm a team player, and if WL needs me to pull somebody because that's all we have to pull, I'm going to pull that guy.
Yeah.
And Adam's a great arm. Adam proved to be a great arm wrestler that night. But honest to God, was not there mentally. Mentally, I had forgotten how to arm wrestle, and I had to rely on my cornerman. I had to rely on my training partner Justin Joyce and Michael Todd in my corner to help get me through the night. And I can remember in that particular match, I was down 2-0. I felt like I was in shock almost. I look up to the crowd and I see my cousin. My cousin had just flown into town from business travels and came straight from the airport to this match to watch me. And I look up in the crowd and I see my cousin's face, and he's in awe, he's in shock that I'm down 2-0. And I see this look of disappointment on his face because my whole family knows I'm an arm wrestler. They all know I'm a champion arm wrestler, and I'm letting my family down in the moment. And I slap myself in the face. I get so pissed off, and I just say fuck it. I'm gonna go up there and I'm just gonna arm wrestle. I'm just gonna bang with what I got. I don't care if it works or not. And I just had to use raw determination and desire to win that match. And that's really the truth. I did not throw those first two matches. I wish I could say I did.
Nah, just there's just there's all these rumors, and Adam Woolman's a good guy, and they're all winding him up, saying, Geoff Hale, it was fixed, and he threw those two matches. But as someone that studies sport quite profusely, yeah, you could tell when you turned up. I was like, he's just taken the match. He's not really ready. And then Adam Wilmot just showed that he's a bit stronger than what you thought. Pinned ya. And I was like, shit. What's happened?
At the end of the day, it was a great story. It worked out great. Me going down 2-0, coming back for the hometown win, three matches in a row. It ended up being a wonderful story. And I do strive as an arm wrestler in the entertainment business to make the match entertaining.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I practice doing that at Armours. So I can't take all the credit for it in this one. It was more just raw determination and I'm not losing to this guy kind of mentality. But I just was not there mentally at all.
I was absolutely thrilled when you came back. One, just as a sports fan, because we all love it when someone comes back from a deficit and gets the big win. That's what it's all about. And then obviously, as a fan of yours, I was like, yes, that's 2-1, good. Come on, Geoff, here we go. Bang, 2-2, we're on here. We're on 3-2, beautiful. I'm ringing Steven Spielberg. I said, get someone to play Geoff Hale in this movie now. So who would play Geoff Hale in that movie?
Oh my gosh. Who would play me in that movie? I don't even know, dude. If he was young again, I'd say Tom Cruise.
We'd kind of need a mesh, I reckon. Thor with Harry Potter. Yeah. Mesh them together. You've got Geoff Hale there. But that's all right. Hopefully this whole WAL series can fucking get started. I've been pretty lucky. Steve Kaplan says he's a fan of what I do. So once I cut out the F words, I would love to sit next to Neil Pickup and call one of your matches.
Dude, Jake, I think that would be awesome. In fact, my wife Megan and I were sitting down there watching some of your videos on YouTube, or on YouTube, on Instagram, and we were just laughing our ass off, just having the time of our lives. It was awesome. And especially the Michael Todd, Jake Catterette, where you're talking about Michael Todd doing the splits. We loved every minute of that. Anyways, we both agreed that you need to be on the WAL commentating. I mean, F-bombs.
Nah, yeah.
I find the F-bombs super entertaining, but from a TV standpoint, they don't like the F-bombs.
Oh man, I can.
Down a little bit, but man, you can talk, dude. You got some good wit, and you obviously have enough knowledge of the sport that you can really talk some game. It's great.
Oh man, really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't need the swearing. I mean, you being a geologist, I was gonna dig up some rock solid information about ya, but I couldn't. You know what I mean? I can do it. It's fine, my man. But I appreciate the shout out and things like that. It's absolutely a dream, and hopefully when the borders come up, I mean, whether I get a look in or not, I'm going to attend the WAL series next year when the borders open up. I'm just going to get over there and hustle my way into it. I found a interesting fact about you, and I was a bit confused, so I need you to elaborate on this. In 2017, you're inducted to the United States Arm Wrestling Association Hall of Fame. Like, did you retire? Like, did you just I tried doing a bit of research, and you could have done one of those vague postings on Facebook or a cryptic message going, "Oh, it's all over, guys," or "I'm over it," and then they just assume you're retired, and then all of a sudden you have pulled for another 3 years. Like, what happened? Just for me, you can't be pulling anymore before you go into you're a Hall of Fame puller, yes, but to do it 5-7 years as a young man, winning world championships, what's going on?
I don't know. I did take a small 2-year hiatus between 2016 and 2018 from high level competition, but no, I never really full on retired. I just think the USAA, I don't know. I have no idea. All that was like, fuck yeah, this is great. Okay, I'm down. I'm gonna surf this wave for sure. I mean, it was cool. It was an honor for sure. I mean, I'm assuming that Leonard and Denise had a lot to do with that, and their USAA board. And I was super appreciative that they would even think of me to be a part of that list.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's 100% an absolute honor. I mean, it just goes below being on the Aussie Armwrestler podcast. That makes sense, Geoff. All right, stop buttering me up, my man. But yeah, I saw it, and I had to read it 3 times. So then I was having a bit of a look around, and I even whacked in the Google machine. I'm like, did Geoff Hale retire from arm wrestling? You just might have lost it, or because esports league is just taking off and getting paid more than professional tennis players. So I thought, Geoff Hale's gone for some big money. But no, so it's cool. An active person in the Hall of Fame, man. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Alrighty, now I love my games. I love playing games on the show. So my favourite game to play is, I'm going to give you 3 pullers. Got to give you 3 pullers' names. You got to pin one, you got to lose to one, and then you've got to tell one of them, fuck off from the WAL series. You're bad next year. Alrighty. So you've got Sam Harris, Giannis Amelins, and Tony Katowski.
Tony can fuck off. I'm a pin Sam Harris. Right? Do I gotta lose? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you gotta lose one.
I'll lose a match to Giannis.
No technicalities. You don't try and pull a fast one over me. You gotta lose 3-0.
3-0, shit. I mean, I'll keep my answer the way it is, I guess.
You gotta keep that. Alrighty. So then, you're gonna beat Sam Harris. You're gonna take the hammer. You're gonna lose to Giannis 3-0.
Sucks.
And then you've told Tony, fuck off. And for those that are watching, go to Arm Wars. Geoff pulls Tony in Arm Wars. Very, very entertaining. Absolutely. Any Geoff Hale match is entertaining. So then we go from there. Same game. Different characters, right. I need you to pin one, lose one, fuck one off from 600 series, or erase them from their history.
Damn, okay.
Harry Potter, Captain Kirk, Luke Skywalker.
Erase them from history? Jeez. Sure. Okay. Woo.
Thought I'd stump you on this one.
Harry Potter.
You're losing the Harry Potter.
Right. I'll lose to Harry. I'm pinning Captain Kirk.
You're pinning Captain Kirk.
I'm pinning Captain Kirk. So I'm losing.
So you're losing Harry Potter. You're pinning Captain Kirk, and there's no such thing as Luke Skywalker.
I guess so, man. I mean, I like Star Wars and Star Trek equally. But, God, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Are you sure? Is that your final? You look very concerned. You look like you're going to jump on a forum.
I'll tell you why. I loved Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy, but I did not like him in this last trilogy they've released. I did not like the character and the way he ended up.
Man,
I love Skywalker.
I don't even watch the last 3 movies. Disney have ruined it. There's 6 Star Wars movies, and that's it. And that's it. There's only 6 episodes, 1 to 6. That'll do. Wow. I knew I'd stump you, but I didn't know I'd hurt your soul with that question, man. Look how devastated you. Oh my God, I can see you just jumping on forums going, oh, hey, Mark Hamill, look, big fan, but don't watch the Aussie Armwrestler podcast. I do apologise. So you love gaming. You love gaming. It's not any secret. I mean, who doesn't love gaming? What are you playing at the moment?
At the moment, the only thing I have time to play is Diablo 3. That's an old game.
Yeah.
But that's one that Megan and I can play together that doesn't require much skill, honestly. It doesn't require much coordination. It's something that we can just chill, have a beer, have a glass of whiskey. We can listen to music while we're doing it. It's a lot of fun. We like fantasy. We like to, go off into that fantasy world together. That's a lot of fun. So we're still playing Diablo 3 together, but I'm not really playing anything else at the moment, and that's just because we've got a 3-year-old kid running around the house, we've got a dog running around the house, and there's just not enough time. I mean,
absolutely.
Gears of War is my all-time favorite game. It is.
Yeah.
And I love Gears of War, but I don't have time to keep my skills up, and just don't have it anymore.
So we've got the HaleRaizer, the character, and we all are phenomenal with the way you can talk. How does that go in the marriage? So you're both playing Diablo 3 and you might have got a couple of kills or something like that, and it just doesn't go the way your lovely wife likes it. Does she fire some back at you?
Dude, I live by the happy wife, happy life. I don't ever challenge her. I let her be the alpha. She is an alpha, and I just let her take lead, man, because I'm not pissing her off.
Smart man. Yeah, absolutely. I can see you gaming. It's like, oh, babe, you're in a bit of trouble. Let me take a bullet for you. Bam, Geoff Hale's dead. Oh, absolutely. Alrighty. Now that you've had a couple of whiskeys into you, now it's time for some quick fire, no thinking, rapid fire questions. I might see if we can really get you here. Are you ready, my man?
Let's do it.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek.
Oh, wow. So what house would you be from in Hogwarts?
Unfortunately, I'd be a Slytherin. I would love to be a Gryffindor, but I'd be a fucking Slytherin, man.
Oh, beautiful. My wife owes me money. Fun fact, you're probably the only one that cares. The people that watch don't. Last week was the first time I saw Harry Potter.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, it was almost becoming a thing where that was my gimmick. You're the HaleRaizer. I'm the guy that's never seen Harry Potter. It was almost getting to there. But I saw my first one. I'm a big fan of Quidditch, that's for sure. Being a sports guy, I'll bet on anything. So yeah, I told my wife you'd be Slytherin. Do you feel good killing 8-year-olds in gaming?
If they're talking shit, I do.
Just tell them to go get their pen license or get their mum to wipe their ass or something. You know, if they get on top of you, get stuck into them there. Would you rather? So you've got to pick one team, and Oklahoma State University has to lose to them. Oklahoma, Texas Tech, Tulsa, or Texas?
Tulsa.
You happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Easy.
WAL Armours.
Armours. I love WAL.
Yeah.
But I'm an Armours guy at heart, man. That's just that Armours describes me as an arm wrestler.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
It's phenomenal. Now, would you rather go to Hogwarts for a day or win the WAL hammer?
Hogwarts for a day.
Not even. I thought I might have got you for that. I thought I might have made you think. It's, no question. Get him there. My wife always cracks it. The first time we were watching Harry Potter, I was like, oh, there's Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Oh, there's Hans Gruber from Die Hard. Oh, yes. It's cracked it. So, being a geologist, who's the real Rock? You're Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that guy's a badass.
Yeah.
I love Dwayne.
Yeah.
Rock is sick, man.
Oh, it's impossible. It's impossible not to like him. Like, if I'm playing around on Instagram, like, I don't even let a photo of Dwayne look my wife in the eye. Like, I'm not risking that. And the last one, mate, when you're pulling on WAL, what is in your bum bag? That's bothered me. If I had to ask one question, I wouldn't even care how you are. I just want to know what's in your bum bag.
I got some liquid chalk in there.
Is that all it is?
This liquid chalk is from like 2012. The guys from Armours, and they're one of our sponsors. And I keep it in that fanny pack just in case I need some serious grip.
Yes, now I know. Now when I'm watching, I'll be like, absolutely, bang. It's liquid chalk in there. That's it. Damn it. I was hoping there'd be like a wand or, you know, just so, you know, you quickly look in there and there's like, I don't know, Captain Kirk or Spock just giving you one of the quotes and giving you the signal and... Oh, man. All right, 2 things you got to do before we finish up, my man. 2 things you got to do. You got to nominate someone to come on the show. So we'll do that. Nominate someone who you think would have a bit of fun on the Aussie Armwrestler podcast.
Man, I'll tell you what. I'd like to see my training partner, Justin Joyce, on the show. He has got to be one of the most knowledgeable arm wrestlers that I've ever met. He's funny. He's a genuinely good guy, and you know what? The world needs to know about this dude. It'd be interesting to see him on the show. Honestly.
It's not like a geologist to come up with an undiscovered gem there, hey? In Justin Joyce, look at that. Mate, is there anything you can't do? Wowee. Yeah, that's something we could talk about, that's for sure. Absolutely. And then, the next one, everyone that comes on the show, you see at the start of every match, I give it a ready, bang! I need you to give me your best impression.
Ready, bang, baby!
Oh! Even threw in the Aussie accent there. I quite like that. Guys, as he finishes his scotch, we cannot thank Geoff Hale enough for being on the show. As you can see, on top of his head. Follow him. All right, Zeus, I'm giving the wrap up now. Hey, me dog's run. Zeus, say hi to Geoff. Nah, he's barking at everyone. I think he's telling everyone who you were supposed to pull at the 600 series. I think he knows. He's barking in the backyard. As you can see, HaleRaizer up there on any way you can support Geoff Hale in what he does. Go and support him. HaleRaizer there. Have you got any companies or anything on the go?
Any companies? No, had set grips, and they've taken care of me over the years. And so, I mean, not only do they have a wonderful product that pretty much every armwrestler I know uses anyways, I have to give a shout out to them. They've always been a very big supporter of the HaleRaizer and my arm wrestling career.
Now, you're not going to believe it. It just glitched when you said the company name. Who was it?
Fat Grips.
Oh, Fat Grips, yeah. Yeah, you've worn that on your arm a few times. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Everywhere around here, man.
Give it one more of these ones. Give it one more. Look at that. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, go support Geoff Hale after you subscribe to the channel. We cannot thank the HaleRaizer enough for being on the show. Thank you so much, Geoff, for being on the show.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Absolute legends, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell your mates, and ready, bang!